Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I have a memory plan with me for you today, and I'm using this kit by Hello Petite Paper. It is called Serenity, and I thought it was the perfect kit to use for the February to May transition. So this is a mini kit, so it didn't come with any washi, so I'm pulling in some here, and originally I wanted to go with this floral one that was a gift from Mia from Planner Addict, but upon laying it down, the colors didn't match as well as I thought it would with the kit, so I replaced it with this floral one from Simply Gilded. I will also replace that brown thinner neutral washi a little bit later as well because I found a more taupey color that matched better with the kit, but I figured that out in the middle of the spread, so you'll see that a little bit later. So I wanted to address a really important topic today while I put down the foundation of the spread, the rest of the foundation of the spread. And that is the Stop AAPI Hate movement that's going on, or the Stop Asian Hate movement. And I have addressed it a little bit on my Instagram, but I haven't fully talked about it here yet. So anti-Asian hate crime has been happening even before the shootings in Atlanta. I've been hearing about it almost every day on the news. I mean, I don't know what to say. It's really disturbing, and I wanted to bring visibility into it, especially because I am Asian, so everything that happens it weighs extra heavy on me, I feel. And I have posted a link in the description. It's gofundme.com/AAPI, and from there are a bunch of different GoFundMes for the families and the loved ones and helping the people, the victims of these hate crimes. So I ask that you please check it out and donate if you can. Please help spread visibility to this movement, and hopefully we can combat some of the anti-Asian hate and anti-Asian sentiment that's going around. I am still planning on doing a book sponsorship of Asian American books. I haven't fully made the list yet, so I don't know if they're all going to be Asian American experiences, but we'll see. And that's using the money from my PenGems fundraiser, and then the rest that's left over will be donated as well. Thank you so much to those who have supported the fundraiser as well. And also thank you everyone who is standing in solidarity with Asians at this time. When I see, posts on Instagram and people talking about it, I just feel like a sense of solidarity. I feel safer. So as an Asian, I really appreciate that. So moving on to Monday, for work this week, I'm using this work script from Letters to Apollo and this really cute desk icon from Planning Like a Pro. On Monday morning, I posted D-Stash photos on my D-Stash Instagram. And speaking of D-Stash, there are some things left. I mean, there are quite a few things left, actually, including 2 sets of PenGems, which will go towards the fundraiser, of course. So please check that out if you would like. I'll leave the link to my D-Stash Instagram in my description as well. The phone icon is from Craft by Kawaii. And then Monday morning was awesome because my sister made me breakfast. She offered to make me breakfast, which was so nice. She made like a turkey bacon scramble with like green onions and garlic. It was delicious. I haven't had a breakfast like that in a long time because I typically keep my breakfast really simple and quick, so that was delightful. And then I did read that day, although I don't know what book I read. Oh, I think I was reading The Starless Sea this week. Yeah, I will talk more about that probably as the week goes on. Then when I went downstairs after work, I saw that my mom had bought me Olipop and Earl Grey tea, which are some of my favorite drinks, so that was really nice. And in the evening, I did end the night with yoga. Then on Tuesday, I first put down a full box, and later I realized that I forgot to mark work, so I'll go back and put down a work script. I realized that I also didn't leave room to mark work, so I ended up putting that on the full box. But I did announce my D-Stash on that day, and then I had Chinese food for lunch. In the afternoon, I edited a memory plan with me, and then I wrote a letter to a friend/follower, which I haven't written a letter, I like to call all my letters love letters because I feel like love letters are my love language. So yeah, I haven't written like a handwritten letter in such a long time, and I love doing that, so that was lovely. And then Tuesdays are when a new episode of the Rice to Meet You podcast comes out, and Rice to Meet You is like a comedy podcast about Asian culture, and I do want to elaborate more on this today. I feel like it's quite fitting, so I'll just talk more about who actually is on the podcast, the hosts. So it's hosted by Nigel Ng and Evelyn Mock. Nigel, you may know him as Uncle Roger, the character on YouTube. He's gone viral multiple times about egg fried rice. So Nigel is Malaysian-born Chinese. He moved to the States for school. He went to Northwestern and studied philosophy and engineering, I believe, and then he moved to London, where he worked in tech for a while before becoming a full-time stand-up comedian. So he did start doing comedy when he was in the States, and he's hilarious. And apparently it was his birthday last week, or this week actually, so hey, he's a Pisces. So that's Nigel. And then the other host is Evelyn. She is also a stand-up comedian, and she is a Scandinavian, so she was born and raised in Sweden, but she is Chinese, and her mom's side of the family is from India, though, so she has a really unique cultural background, and she speaks a lot about her experiences as a plus-size Asian woman, and she's also really open about her mental health and experiences coming out of a narcissistic relationship, a toxic narcissistic relationship and stuff like that, which I really appreciate. And I think they both have such unique backgrounds, which brings interesting perspectives into being Asian, especially as an Asian who grew up in Asia and an Asian who grew up in the West. So like East-West dynamic. So yes, and they're hilarious. And also this is a comedy podcast, so it's like not for those who are 18 and under, and they do say ridiculous things sometimes, so just be aware of that. But definitely go check that out. They've brought so much levity to my life in the past 6 months, and I just really appreciate that podcast. And it is definitely a highlight of my week. So on Wednesday, I did a fountain pen shopping spree, which was really exciting. I saw that Ferris Wheel Press, which sells like fountain pen inks, had a sale, and being the Asian that I am, I only like to buy things when they're on sale, or if I know that there's going to be a sale. So I went for it, and then I realized that I wanted a couple more pens because I just bought new inks. So I then went and bought a couple more fountain pens as well. So that was exciting. And I've been primarily using fountain pens exclusively for the past couple weeks, except for like I'll use a regular pen here and there if the paper doesn't take fountain pen well. But it's just been so fun, and it's like my latest expensive planner hobby. But it makes journaling really fun, I will say. Speaking of fountain pens, the one I'm using for this spread is the Lamy pen with the extra fine nib, and the ink I'm using is the De Atramentis. I don't actually know how to pronounce the ink, but it's the archive ink, and this paper on the TSKP planner, I would say it doesn't take fountain pen ink that well because there is some feathering that I saw. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but if you look up close, you can see the ink feathers a little bit. So I probably won't use fountain pen on this planner in the future, but I just wanted to try it. On Thursday, I finally went to check my PO box, which I'm like really bad at doing, so mail just piles up. And I was expecting like 1 or 2 packages, but I ended up with 4. So that was, I mean, it really made my day. And then afterwards I got boba guys because it's like sort of on the way. Well, it's not on the way, it's actually farther out, but I figured since I was going in that direction anyway, I would get a little treat. So I know I'm a little bit behind. I'm on Saturday now, but I'll just go over quickly the highlights of Friday. So I finished The Starless Sea on Friday and immediately went and read The Night Circus they're both by Erin Morgenstern, and I was just in love. I finished it in one sitting because I could not put it down. And it's so interesting to me that sometimes books just find you at the right time, because I remember starting The Night Circus last year and I just couldn't get into it, and I read like maybe 2 chapters and then I put it down. But on that Friday night I couldn't put it down, and Erin Morgenstern weaves tarot themes in both her novels, and I mean, of course I'm like really into the tarot right now, and I didn't know that like when I read those books initially, when I read The Night Circus, at least initially. So it's interesting how that works. Anyway, I really loved both those books. They were magical, they were fantastical, and exactly what I needed right now, and I can definitely see myself going back and rereading it. Anyway, moving on to the weekend. It was a pretty chill weekend. I didn't have much going on, just the same old. I packed up my D-stash, I filmed and did some form of editing and pre-uploading, and I had a bath night, which was underwhelming, but it was nice to have. I haven't had a bath in a while. And on Sunday, I had Japanese cheesecake because I think my sister brought some home, so that's always delicious. So that is about all I have for this week. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please check out the link down below for the Stop Asian Hate movement, and please support if you can. Thank you so much again for watching. Please take care, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.